Hey guys, it's Miss Hale. I just wanted to for you guys to see my face before we started our video, and I kind of wanted to show you my setup for how I'm recording these videos. It's a little bit funny, so I kind of wanted to share. You got to get creative in times like this when you're not in your normal setup. Honestly, this has been pretty cool because at school I have struggled to figure this out, but I think I'll be able to use this at school going forward. So that's really cool. So I kind of wanted to show you my setup and how I'm recording these instructional videos. And this is my little work area that I have here at home. So it's it looks pretty much like my desk at school, a hot mess. And then this is how I am recording your instructional videos. So I sit here on the floor on my knees, and I have my handy dandy table here, and I just prop my phone up on here. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna set the phone up just like that. You guys can see well. All right, so what we're doing today is we're doing a decimal division with the models. So I wanted you guys to see this happening in the models. This is what your activity is going to be about this week. So what I've already started my paper so that we wouldn't waste time on that. So in this first model, I have represented, this is the problem I'm going to be solving. So I have 6/10 divided by 3/10. So when you start with a decimal number and then you are dividing by a decimal number, you're actually creating groups of how much ever this number is right here. So you're taking your total number and you're creating groups of 3/10 with this model. So I've already represented the 6/10. So whenever you're analyzing a model, you're always going to look for what was there before they started making circles or dividing or cutting it into pieces. So you have to look at what was already there. So we know that each one of these columns are a tenth, right? They're 10 hundredths, which is equivalent to 1/10. We talked about that last week. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tenths. And so that is the number that is being divided up here. So now I'm going to create groups of 3/10. So I'm going to count 3/10 and I'm going to create a group of 3/10. So I have 1, 2, 3. So from right here, this is my group of 3/10 here. And then here is my second group of 3/10. So I know that I have 3/10 in this group. And then I have 3/10 in this group. So how many groups of 3/10 was I able to make using this model here? So I was able to make 2 groups. I'm just going to write with my marker here. 2 groups of 3/10. So the quotient to this question here is 2 as a whole number because I created 2 groups of 3/10. So if I was creating a decimal number, if I was creating groups of this decimal number, for example, if it was 6/10 divided by 3 as a whole number, then that would mean that there would be 2/10 in each group. So when you start, if you're dividing a decimal by a decimal, you're going to end up with a whole number most of the time. And then if you divide a decimal number by a whole number, you're going to end up with a decimal number. So I hope that makes sense there. So we have $1.50. This is our next model. Divided by 3. So we're taking this is actually money because we can write money as a decimal. And we have $1.50 or $1.50. So, and then we're dividing that into 3 groups. So we're going to take this is 1 whole, and this is 5/10, which is equivalent to 50 cents. It would be half of $1. So we're going to take this and we're going to divide it into 3 equal groups. So if we count how many total tenths we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Of course, 10 tenths would equal 1 whole. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 10 and 5. So if we were to take 15 and cut it into 3 equal groups, how many would we have in each group? Well, let's see. We would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'd have 5/10 or 50 cents in each group. So this is one group. This would be 2 groups. And this would be my 3rd group. So here I have 5/10, or I could also say this is 50 cents. 5/10 or 50 cents. And then 5/10 or 50 cents. They're equivalent. So I can always think about, I can always talk about decimals in a sense of money, because I can always, I can write money as decimals. So if we were to cut $1.50 into 3 equal groups, the quotient to this question is 50 cents or 5/10, 5 dimes in each group. Awesome job, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day, and I hope this helps you with your assignment.